Hello guys, this is Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I'm RebelDragon95 and we'll get going because this game's got long loading times, so you know. So if we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, cool. I'll start this game with a bunch of loading screens, so we mash through cutscene skips here. Basically any loading screen where it doesn't show the map of Soleanna or an area of Soleanna is a cutscene. Or if it shows Sonic, Shadow and Silver, then that's usually a boss one. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I need to collect information about Dr. Eggman, which means I need to run into my old buddy Tails. So, we get to use spin dashing. Spin dashing in this game is the best way to move a Sonic. We can maintain our speed by using spin kicks and other things to help maintain as much momentum as we can. Right, so in order to get into the first stage, I need to get the light speed dash, but the only way to do it is to buy it, and you don't have any rings at this point, so I have to go and do a mission for a man who then gives me more than enough rings to buy the stuff I need. You can actually do a really weird like barrel launch over, but it's not faster than just doing the mission. Darkspot and Sonic found a way to get over to skip this mission, but it just isn't faster. It's really dumb. Alright, cool. So in this game, it's notorious for a lot of load screens, but also whenever you do a mission, it loads. You get to skip through like 1 to 2 to maybe 3 texts, bits of dialogue, and then it loads again. The reason why the load times in this game are so long is because it like loads the whole map of Soleanna each and every time it loads, which is wonderful. Oh, I'm Superman 64ing here real quick, just going through some rings. Oh, my movement is terrible right now. It's fine. I'll just run through them casually. Cool, it's fine. This will still get the S rank. Cool, that's fine. That was really slow. I was talking at the same time. Right, cool. So now the game loads again, and then I talk to the dude, and then he gives me the victory screen. So whenever you get different ranks in this game, it gives you a different amount of rings. So this score will get me the S rank. The S rank takes 30,000 points. So
that was incredible.
Yes, indeed. Thanks there, Sonic. And the thing I need to buy is only 100 rings. So even if you fail the mission, you get enough rings to buy it. So you know, I wouldn't even know what time you need to get a D on this mission anyway. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go see my dude in the shop now. I'm going to go see my dude in the shop. Hey. Thanks, dude. Spin dash again. Oh, thank you, game. So sometimes the civilians will just kind of get in your way. Or they'll talk to you. Go away. Oh, Sonic 06. I got Sonic 06 to there. Sometimes when you ring dash, the game will just drop your input or like go in a random direction. I just check if I still had the light speed dash there. Alright, let's try this again and hopefully I will get over the ledge. There we go. Right. This game's already gone horribly wrong because, you know, Sonic 06. Right, so Wave Ocean. I'm going to try a skip that, if I get right, will save about 30 seconds. I'll go for it once. I've been having real issues with it this week. Some weeks you just get it, sometimes you just don't. If I fail it, I'll just do the stage kind of normally. There's a couple little things you can do to speed up a tiny bit, but I'm just going to concentrate for a second here. Home attack there. Oh my god. Right, if you touch your tippy toes in water, you die in this game, so because I failed it once, I'm just not going to go for it again. I'm going to try it this time. Right, hopefully I get up on the rock this time. 1, 2. Right, cool. So let me line myself up. 1, 2, 3. And right, by pausing and jumping on the same frame, there you go. Skip across half the map, and there you go. That's Wave Ocean skip. That saves about 30 seconds overdoing the stage normally. So you usually get to this checkpoint up here about 50 seconds or so if you do it, well, 50 seconds to a minute if you do it normally, but I hit it like 35 there. I lost probably a few seconds setting up the trick, but it's worth it to make sure that you get it. Cool. Dash pads, good old Sonic Adventure 1 reference. I was getting past it. If you get unlucky, sometimes the bridge will just despawn and then it never respawns until you like quit the stage and go back in. So Right, cool. I get to do some stuff with Tails now. So Tails' flight is pretty broken in this game. I'm going to do it, and then I'll explain how it works, because I need to count. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, cool. And I'll do it again. And during the load screen, I'll explain how this works, because I need to make sure I get it right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, so Tails' I got it right this time. So right, so Tails' flight has got two kind of caps to it. So it's got the height cap and the distance cap. If you hold A until just before the height cap takes effect, which is about 3 seconds out loud, let go of A, then hold A again. You don't hit the height cap, but then you can increase your distance cap by holding the button for another 3 seconds. Right, so this is a Mach speed. You do a few of these throughout this run. The fast way to move these is to move through these is to do light speed dashes over and over and over again while not holding a direction, because that gives you kind of a glitched third tier of speed. In most cases, I'm going to be ring dashing without holding a direction, then holding forward right at the end to try and maintain a bit of momentum from that, because if you hold forward right at the end, you can maintain it for a little bit before going back to the tier below of speed, which is very, very useful. It lets you make some jumps in later ones. Cool. There's a risky jump. You can go for it at the end of the stage that could potentially save like 5 or so. I'm not going for it. Oh, I actually got the glitch one instead. If you hit that right in the middle, you don't have to do the jump and you just fly straight over. Yeah, that one's a very rare one to get. Right, cool. And even though I did that stage really, really fast, I only got a B rank, because in this game gives you such a tiny time bonus, such a massive ring bonus. So the whole thing that I was doing is I took damage during that Mach speed to not get an S rank, because if you get an S rank, you get 2 of the medal animations, wasting about 4.5 seconds for each medal. So yeah, we skip as many of those as we can. On the boss fights, we don't tend to get the skips on them, because you have to go like even slower than getting a 4.5 second cutscene to get lower than an S, so it's just not worth the time loss. Right, so now I've got to go and do building clips, because I need to do a bit of movement, and this skips buying an upgrade now. We buy the upgrade later anyway, but it's slower to go get it now. So please. Right, so I'm trying to homing attack as I hit the ground. There you go, I'm through. So I touch this ring. The stage doesn't load yet, but by building clip... Oh, nice, first try. So by building clip back through there, I can go back to here and back through first try. That went really well. And by talking to this girl, the game gets confused and just loads the stage that I was meant to go to anyway, instead of loading Soleanna and then going back to... Instead of loading Soleanna, then me having to go touch the ring, I can just touch the ring, go talk to the girl, and the game goes, oh, you've touched the ring, I better load the stage. Right, so this is Egg Cerberus. Egg Cerberus this is the only instance of RNG in this category. He has 4 patterns that he can go for at the start here. 3 of them you can do something about, 1 of them you can't. This one you can do something about, if I can. I messed up my time in there. Okay. It's fine, whatever. You lose a few seconds for doing that, it's fine. Let me go around here. Oh, lovely. This is going to go beautifully now, because I have a marathon. It's fine, don't worry about it.
You can get on the tail when it comes down and then reach the antenna. Grab the antenna using a homing attack. Then you should be able to control them. Sonic, make them run into something.
I'm going to have to do this kind of casually now, because my position's going to be all messed up. Okay. Run into this statue then, please. So, oh my god, Egg Cerberus. Okay, so. Oh my word, please. Thing's kind of hard to control. Oh my god, I'm just gonna start over and try again.
This is your pet, huh?
This is really, really bad right now.
Hey, Eggman, I'll play with him.
I can run into something. Right, so hopefully this goes well now. I can't... Oh my god, please, Egg Cerberus. I'll do one more start over.
This is your pet, huh?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'll play with him. I get it. That armor on his head is protecting the weak point.
The front's too dangerous, Sonic. Circle around toward the tail. Sonic, make him run into something.
There we go. My God, that was really dumb. Oh my God, Egg Cerberus. Now Egg Cerberus is going to do a jump and then I have to wait for him to do something now because I've messed this up completely now. So he's going to jump and then he's going to land on me and I'm just going to spin dash underneath him. So I'm going to go over here.
Listen to me.
He's going to try and spin around twice. Come on, Exodus. Okay, I have to go for one more hit now. Which is fine. I apologize greatly for my awful gameplay right now, but you know, this game just sometimes does things like this to you. Luckily my estimate accounts for... There we go. That was really, really dumb. I lost so much time there. Holy moly. Alright, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I skipped the S rank though. It's fine. I saved 4.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Just made it.
No, I wasted like all my lives there. That's pretty good. Poor. So yeah, this is what happens. Sorry. So yeah, sometimes stuff like that just happens with Egg Cerberus. I tried to do the strat normally, but I just couldn't get it. Alright, so this is Dusty Desert. This is the first level where you're carrying Elise, and Elise gives us the ability to use the shield. And what the shield allows us to do is the shield allows us to walk on quicksand, even though it doesn't really look like quicksand. This is quicksand. So Sonic falls through the sand in this stage, unless you hold the shield. So what this allows us to do is this allows us to basically bypass like a wide majority of this stage by just, you know, walking over the death plane using the shield. Cool. And 1, 2. There we go. Casually walk over the death plane. There's like an entire level to the right of me that you're meant to go around and do, but now you can just like allow it completely. Alright, so hopefully I don't get here. You can get hit here and like fall off the side. Doesn't really matter, it literally loses a bit of time. Right, so there's a ring here that you have to hit, or you go down the slow route, which takes like an extra 2 minutes. Cool, so we take top route here. I'm going to get hit here. Hopefully this goes well. I'm going to jump onto these rings and I'm going to ring dash. Cool. And if you don't hold a direction when you hit that speed pad there, you actually just gain speed, like for as long as you don't hold a direction. You have to hold a direction right as you get to the drop though, because otherwise you do lose everything. And then you need to hold the shield there as well, just to make sure that you don't die. So that was a fairly okay stage for me. Also more medals. Right, so after this, we get the infamous boss fight with the one and only Silver the Hedgehog, which is famously known for being one of the worst fights in this game. But you can basically manipulate him to do whatever you want him to do. So I'm going to force him to jump, and when he's jumping, he can't he can't grab you and it's no use on you. So it's very, very useful. So he always jumps right at the start, so there's a free attack on him. So that's 1. You're homing attack away twice. You can hear him jump. You go again, because he always jumps and air dashes at you. So, and again. There you go. So that is silver.
Ow.
You can go sand his body and spin dash for the ultimate disrespect. Oh yeah, 25666. The best number. Right, so yeah, cool. I got an S rank there because getting anything lower than an S rank there takes way too long to do. So this is what happens when you get an S rank. You get 2 of these medal animations. So there's one, and here's the second one. Cool. Alright, so now I have to do a couple of missions here. I've got 3 missions that I need to do. First of it is one just before going into the second area of Soleanna, where I have to work out who the captain is, and yeah, so it's one of the hardest missions in this game for evident reasons that I'll show you. Alright, cool. So I'm going to spin dash. Spin dash is the best way to move. Oh, don't go down the water. That's like the worst decision. So my dude's over here. Oh, nice audio. Hey. Alright, cool. So who's the captain? So this guy's going to ask me to pick who I think the captain is. But the captain just is the guy who gave you the mission, so you can just talk to him again, and the mission ends. You're meant to go around and talk to all the other captains and work out who the captain is. Who is the captain? And there is my dude, the captain. Yeah, the hardest mission. And sadly, this stupid mission is actually one of the most heavily contested and grinded ILs in Sonic 06. And they worked out ways to skip text boxes by using the Xbox home menu and stuff. So you can do some dumb stuff with this with the text boxes in that one.
Sonic, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Knuckles wants to see you.
So I have to go do a mission at the warehouse now. It's a combat mission where I just have to kill a bunch of robots. Then after that, we have a cutscene with Knuckles, and then I do another combat mission, and then it's another stage. So I did the building clips just before this to skip a power up to basically stop myself from having to go back and buying it. I'm gonna buy it now because I need it. Oh, sure. Let me clip through the shop. Talk to Sonic. Talk to the shop, please. Thank you. Thank you. Cool. There's the anti-grav. So the anti-grav is a kicking move with a lot of invincibility that you can use whenever you've been moving for whenever you've been running for a certain amount of time. So as everything in this game is assigned to X, so sometimes you'll spin kick or spin dash while trying to do it, because spin kick, spin dash, and zero grav are all on X because they really understood how to assign buttons in this game. So I'm going to hold a spin dash, then spin kick, and then attack that robot. Go underneath them. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to hold anti-grav, then this is anti-grav. Finish off those robots. Underneath there. 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool. So 1, 2. And by holding A after a homing attack, you actually go a little bit higher. So you can use that to get up onto the roof and kill all these guys. So when you're in anti-grav, you're fully invincible, which allows you to do stuff like this to big robots. You can just absolutely decimate them. Kill that guy. There's 2 more robots on this building here. There you go. There's 2 more here. Up there. 1. Okay, homing attack, please. I'm going to run past this guy, spin kick the box, and then hold anti-grav for... hold anti-grav there. Get smacked in the face by an explosion apparently, but you know. Okay, all the robots have like scattered for no reason. This one's probably doing the charge. Ah, no, that's fine. That's kind of a slow mission because the robots at the end decided to split up. Usually you want them all to clump together, and then you can kind of just like destroy them all really fast. Right, so this is the best loading screen in this game because I'm just going to mash A. And you basically just homing attack straight into a cutscene, straight into another loading screen. It's pretty good. And now I'm back in another loading screen there. Alright, so there's another mission that I've got to go and do which opens the next level, which is the White Acropolis. I'm going to spin dash towards it. You chain 3 spin dashes together here. When you spin kick out of a spin dash and then charge a spin dash, the spin dash charges to full speed instantly. So we use that here to basically maintain max momentum. Something I haven't actually explained is I'm jumping out of spin dashes. Usually you can't jump out of spin dashes in this game, but by cancelling spin kick into spin dash, you can. But we kind of do it so fast that you don't really hear it. You kind of have to roll your finger across X and A. If you really listen out for it, the kick sound effect and the jump sound effect kind of overlap with each other, but it is really hard to hear. Cool, so this is another combat mission, so I'm just going to do some more homing attacks on these guys and try not to get hit too much. My homing attacks are really slow today. And that's that mission. I'm going to attack that and just spin around because it makes Tails and Knuckles spin around. And they kind of just do their own thing in the result screen because they don't have an animation that goes alongside Sonic's.
That was
They
incredible.
just kind of sit here and like do their idle animations. Cool. So now we get to go into the next level, which is the White Acropolis. So this is a snow stage, which is meant to be like Eggman's base. The start of it is on a snowboard, and there's a couple of tricks that I'm gonna try and go for that can speed up the snowboarding bit. I usually get one of them. The second one I usually miss because it is kind of hard to time, but you still save a bit of time by getting the first one. So hopefully I get both of them, because if you miss the first one, you can't really get the second one. So you just lose maximum time at that point. Cool. So time for some snowboarding with some cool music in the background. So I usually hold A in this because I find it helps me turn a bit easier. I'm not sure if that's just a placebo effect or actually true. It's just something I've always done. I got to jump there. Usually you don't want to get a jump there because otherwise you have to sit through 2 jumps. You can actually stay on the ground. I'm going to try and turn here. Cool, that's the first speed cap. So what I just did is I jumped and I landed back on the I just jumped and I landed back on the ramp, and what that does is it removes the speed cap on the snowboard, which allows me to go a bit faster. I tried to go for a second one there because you can actually hit a ramp hitbox on a ramp up above Sonic, because the hitbox extends that far. And if you get interrupted during that one, you get another speed cap removal, so you can go even faster than what I'm going now. And it stops you from having to do this jump right at the end that I have to do because I didn't get the second speed cap. So there's just a little jump here I gotta do. Just jump over it. You save like, this jump takes so long that getting the second speed cap actually saves like 10 seconds. It's pretty ridiculous. So this is a on-foot bit in White Acropolis. There's actually an entire level to the left of me where we switch between Tails and Sonic and destroy some towers, activate some switches, and do a bunch of other stuff. But I'm just going to ignore all that because, yeah, I don't need to go there. So by going over here to this laser grid, I get hit. And if I can get it, that'd be nice. This run's going... Oh, please. I'm gonna have to go get some more rings. It's fine though. There's rings up here and a 1-up, which I kind of want as well, but you know. Hopefully I get this now. So by homing attacking at this at the... Okay, Sonic, please move. Sonic. I'm gonna have to get hit again now. That's fine, don't worry about it. If I can actually... Oh my god, this... I'm just going to start over because my angle's completely messed up on my camera.
This is a pretty cold place for a base.
Yeah, it's a pretty cold place for a base, dude. It's fine, so I can get this now. Oh, then I died as soon as I got it. Oh, sod's law right there. So I didn't expect I get it, so I held back slightly too late there. So you want to homing attack through and hold back. I have to go get more rings again. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. It's pretty good.
Yes, yes.
Oh my god. Can I please get through? Start over again because my angle's messed up again.
This is a pretty cold place for a base.
Oh my god, why? So now I have to redo the stage because I died like an idiot. Oh no, I've got to redo. Oh no. I've got to redo the missions now as well. Oh, that's a really bad amount of time loss there. Because I didn't save, I have to redo the missions now, so that's a large amount of time loss. So I may be going over estimate now, which will be pretty fun. I have no idea what happened there. I just could not get the trick to work. Alright, hopefully this goes a little bit better this time. Right, sorry, I've got to do the 3 missions that I was doing already. If you want to read out the donation, that's fine.
Neflin donated $5, $1 for every time that Princess gets flippin' kidnapped in this game, give or take.
It's quite a lot of times, man. I'm really sorry for me being bad right now, but... Alright, so I've got to redo my 3 missions, and then I have to redo the stage again. After I've done the missions, I will save this time, just so I don't have to redo everything again. Yeah!
That was incredible!
Wow! One more time! Yeah, sure, I'll game over again, specifically to do it again.
Sonic, can you hear me? Knuckles wants to see.
Right, so obviously I've got to do my 2 missions again, which is really annoying because I couldn't get the bloody trick to work. So hopefully I'll be able to do it this time. But you know. Alright, I gotta buy the anti-grav again. The DJ Scratch music in the background as well is pretty good. I don't know why it's there, but you know, DJ Scratch music, let's go. So let's quickly try to go through this again. Trying to make it through these guys. One. How's this robot? Oh, it's here. Ah, hi, robot. Alright, cool.
That was incredible.
Gonna mash A for my amazing loading screen into cutscene here. And then obviously I will do the next mission, then get back to where we were again. And try not to mess it up as hard as I just did. Alright, I'll save after I do this next mission as well, just in case I mess that up hardcore again. So we don't have to do this again if I do the same thing again. Okay, get out of there, please. Thank you. Alright, cool. There we go. Alright, we're back to this mission now. I'm nearly back, don't worry about it. Alright, cool. So, we're nearly back to where we were, guys. Don't worry about it. Oh, God. I can't believe I did that. It's such a string of stupid mistakes. Come on, load screen. Thank you. So yeah, we can just save from here. Cool.
There's a secret room.
So if anything bad happens again, we've got to save there now. So alright, cool. Back to snowboarding. Hopefully I can. Sod's Law says I'm not going to get the speed cap this time, and I'm going to cry even harder. But you know what? Let's go. Oh, okay, that's great movement. That is. Oh, cool. I got the first one. I'm not even going to try the second one just because I don't want to mess anything up. Because you go extremely fast with the second one. Oh, then I died anyway. For God's sake. This stage does not want me to go forward today.
Press and hold the A button as long as you can, and release it right at the jump ramp.
Oh, thanks there, Sonic06, for proving that every time you're a worthy video game to speedrun. Oh, please don't lose me all my speed. Oh, cool. Oh my god, don't go down there again. I'm not going to go for the speed cap. I'm just not going to do it because I'm not going to... This stage is just... Sadly, this is one of the stages I practiced, like, actually quite a lot before this. Oh my god, stop. I'm just going to go slow speed just so I get through this. Alright, cool. Nearly back there, guys. Just got the just got this downhill bit here to do. Oh my god, please don't do that. Thank you. Cool, so there's a boulder that chases you here. When you have the speed cap, you outrun the boulder, but I'm not going to outrun it because I don't have the speed cap. You jump here, jump. Right, now we're back to where we were. So let's see if I can get this stupid trick to work. This trick usually isn't that hard, but this week with this game just hasn't been agreeing with me.
This is a pretty cold place for a base.
Oh, then I get it first try. Oh my god. See, that skip, right, so the whole idea of that skip is you homing attack through the hitboxes of like the lasers. But I just couldn't get it before. I can't even explain this game. This game just does stuff that's just out of your control sometimes. Usually you get that pretty easily, but I can't even explain it.
No sweat.
But I will apologize that I will probably go over estimate now because I probably wasted a good 6-7 minutes trying to get back through there, which is basically most of my estimate accounted for. Oh yeah, it's definitely world record pace. Don't worry about it. World record finishes in 20 minutes, and I'm only like a quarter into the game. If I go really fast, I might do it. All right, cool. Crisis City. So we start off Crisis City on another boarding bit. There is a speed cap that you can. There is a speed cap reduction that you can go for here, but I tend to fail it. So I will try and get it, but I will probably not.
The whole city's on fire.
Yeah, the whole city's on fire. So basically, in the story, Eggman teleported Sonic and the crew to the future, and this is just you trying to basically traverse the future. Oh, I missed the speed cap. It's fine. So I tried to do the similar thing that I did on the ramp in White Acropolis, where I jump and then land back on the ramp, and the game kind of like freaks out. You can do it on that ramp, but I never get the timing right. I have done it before, but I usually mess it up in runs. Also, this level's soundtrack is great. Oh god. Right, so if you get the speed cap, this bit of the level is this bit of the snowboarding bit is really scary, because if you get hit while you're traveling really fast, you go from going forward to going like not forward at a right angle and just dying instantly. You kind of go like you just go and then you just fly straight off whatever ledge you're nearby. Right, so the second part of Crisis City, I'm gonna skip most of the rail grinding part by jumping off the rail, then landing on a later one. So hopefully this goes fine. Collect all the rings. Right, cool. So there's a ramp down there that I'm trying to land on, but if you miss it, you can just homing attack onto it. Cool. Alright, so that dash pad that I just hit, you can hit it on the far right and you miss the rail. And what that does is you fly straight past the spring and you just die, because whenever you hit a speed pad or specific speed pads, you really can't control yourself. So you just get 06, we call it, and then you just die. Right, cool, so there's a chain of enemies here that I'm going to go. There's also a one up here, which is useful. Okay. So if you jump here and hold up right, you homing attack onto the rail there. Cool. So I'll get another one up here as well, because you get loads of rings from this segment. Oh, dude, I'm missing the one. Oh, then I got hit anyway. It doesn't matter. Get rid of that. Jump around these enemies. Right, so I'm gonna try and jump onto that rail, but there's a ceiling that can stop you. I got it. Cool. Right, I'm gonna hit this box. There's a spring in there. Cool. So that's this bit of the level B. Those springs that I just hit, sometimes they'll just be weird and they'll send you straight up into the air at like an angle, so you don't know where you're landing, and you're more than likely like miles off the stage, about to die probably. I've had it happen to me a number of times where I just fly straight up and you just die because you don't know where you are. And when you move in the air in this game, you move really, really far. Cool. So the third bit of Crisis City here is just a little platforming bit. Right, so go around these birds, because if you homing attack here, there's a chance that you can fall down. So I'm just gonna collect the rings and avoid those guys. This platform, we need to wait for a second for it to go down. I missed the cycle here because I got hit. Oh, okay. I have to go down here. Usually you hit the rainbow ring and you skip all the way to here. But I dropped my light dash. Hit that. Cool, that's fine. So now I've got a checkpoint in here. Right, there's a string of homing attacks here. You have to kind of angle your homing attack in different locations to make sure that you actually get it. That's fine. Right, so now I'm heading into the Crisis City Mark Speed, which is one of them, which is another infamous section in this game. So Mark Speeds are already known for not having a lot of control. I'm gonna try and ring dash as much as possible, taking even more control away from myself. But the entire time there's a tornado chasing you, throwing cars and debris and everything at you. Everything that flies around in this stage can hit you and damage you. If you get hit twice in a row, which can happen, you just die. So every single thing that's flying around the screen right now can hit me, just like that. And if I get hit again, I will die. Oh, I'm going to die now, that's fine. I'm going to try and go around there. That's fine. I'd rather get hit there. Grab some rings. Cool, there's a one-up. The game loves to lag in this bit as well, which makes it even better. Cool. So nearly at the end of this now. Cool. I was actually trying to get hit right at the end there to avoid the S rank, but whatever. Avoiding the S rank in Crisis City is one of the riskiest S rank avoidance that you can go for. Also, this result screen lags like hell. So usually you get an S rank here because getting hit right at the end of the stage is really, really risky. Because in Mark Speed, your invincibility doesn't last as long as it does outside of Mark Speeds. And there are instances where you'll think you're fine, but then like a tire will just clip your toe or your heel, and you just die. There are also cases where you can get hit and just fly off in a random direction. Right, cool. So now we get flung straight into the next stage, which is Flame Core. So Flame Core's got a bunch of cool stuff that we can do in it. It's one of the longer stages in a Sonic's run when you don't have the gems. So we get to do some cool stuff. Cool. So right at the start, I'm going to make sure I'm holding forward so I actually maintain the speed from the speed pads. Get sprung here. There's an entire section where you're meant to go around a bunch of loops and stuff, but now you can just homing attack over here and you skip it all. Cool. So I'm going to go around here. I was meant to hit those speed pads, but whatever. There's enemies here. Cool, so that's fine, doesn't matter. You can actually land on that ledge that I was aiming for. Right, so if you go here, some birds spawn behind you. I couldn't position myself correctly there. Cool. Right, so there's a door up here which is meant to be opened by killing all the enemies, but by just going in the corner, you can kind of just walk through it. That was really weird. So I'm going to go over here.
This bridge is going to collapse any
Right, so I'm going to jump at that spring at the top there. Once it's off screen, you can actually homing attack onto it because you're close enough. Yes. Grab the free one-up. I'm going to grab these rings here to make sure I don't die.
Yes.
These rings. Okay, so this next door I can't actually clip through without any gems or anything. Oh, lovely. So I actually have to kill all the enemies here, but there are way less enemies than the last one, so just kind of kill them. Cool. You have to wait for this door to come back down. Cool. There's another checkpoint here. So when you get hit, your speed kind of gets capped, but if you move forward a little bit, it removes the speed cap. You can use that to spin dash on there. Go over there. Right, so the volcano's spewing a bunch of random rocks at us. They can all damage you and are really annoying because it can take you off paths. Wait for a second, yeah. Because you can get hit after you've hit the launcher there, and you just die instantaneously. So there's not much you can do about it. You just kind of have to accept it and go back to whatever checkpoint you picked up. So the next section of Flame Core here, we're going to skip a large chunk of it again by going a different route. So there's a grinder up there. You can just homing attack onto it from the top of those boxes. So we grab the invincibility here. We do this because I'm going to try and do a clip, and if I do it, I need the invincibility to. I actually got it. I need the invincibility to walk on the lava. So the invincibility theme, like last. Oh, okay. It dropped my jump input. So the invincibility theme, the invincibility actually lasts for way longer than the music does. So you can kind of, if I got that jump right, I could have actually made it over here. Cool, so I'm gonna go that, and then I'm gonna... I missed it. You can actually climb through that door, save in about a second. Oh, lovely. Thank you, Sonic. And cool. Alright, cool. So we get to play as Knuckles in a minute, which is pretty good. So usually you're meant to go through this entire bit and turn on all the lights and stuff. But Knuckles can just kind of climb up here. Oh god, the screen is very dark. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Cool. I have no idea where the hell I am now. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Cool. So there's a little seam here you can jump through. Turn on the lights again. And then you can kind of just like glide to the end. Just all out of bounds. And then... Oh, that was nice. So here is the goal ring. And the game doesn't really care. We can kill ourselves now as Knuckles. And yeah, cool. Game continues. That's kind of a poor flame core, but you know, that's fine. Alright, cool. So now the game puts us into a boss fight with the second phase of Iblis. This fight's really, really dumb. It's technically kind of just an auto-scroller, which we speed up by doing speed things. You're meant to sit in this fight for like 5 minutes and wait for it to do whatever it's meant to do, but you can kind of force it into its cycles earlier by going to its platforms early. But it's still kind of not a scroller. Yeah, it's fine, go ahead.
Hazy donated $5. Hey Rebel, good luck running this objectively perfect video game. Nothing with tails in it can be that bad, right?
Thanks, Pazzy. Alright, cool. So I just kind of have to wait for him to do his thing now. The rock will break apart in a minute, then he'll come under, then he'll go underground, and then, I say underground, under lava, and then jump at us. So, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to attack the eye. So we have to do this 4 times. Sorry, we do what I just did 3 times, and then the 4th cycle we actually have to wait for him because he can't be sped up in that cycle. The IL strat for this boss is actually insane. They do some real dumb stuff to this guy. But we don't do that in the run because it's hella risky. So when you come over here, the guy actually just kind of attacks you like automatically. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. So I'm using the iframes of the spin kick to not die, because when he attacks the thing, you take damage if you don't do anything, because he's obviously attacking you. So I count down a spin kick, and then I use that to and then I use that to dodge him. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Right, so the little shards that come off the light, because they were attacked by him, they can hurt you as well. So the spin kicking basically just avoids everything that can happen to you. So this last phase, I have to wait for him to go through his stuff, because he has a bunch of attacks that he wants to do. So I'm just going to collect some rings and just kind of stand around and wait for him. So he's going to throw a bunch of rocks at me again. I'm just going to stand there and wait for them. Here they are. And then I'll wait for him to go under the lava. Then I kind of run in a specific line to try and manipulate him to go to the same place every time. I'm going to go here. Trying to go around him this time, just to make sure I hit the thing.
Now's your chance, son.
So you always end this boss within the range of 235 to 240, depending on where he goes on the last bit. Sometimes you have to travel a little bit further to hit him, or sometimes you don't. So that was kind of on the poorer side, but it's not much you can do about it. It just depends on where he decides to go in the last phase. Right, cool, so that's the end of the future part of this game. So we're going to go back to the past now. And then we're going to go and buy another upgrade, and then we're going to go play a different stage. Cool. I forgot there was a cutscene there. I should have known there's no Soleanna. Alright, there's another cutscene here, obviously. Cool, now we're back in Soleanna. So this spawns us in the bit that we were just in with the White Acropolis. And basically we're just going to go and buy the bounce bracelet, which basically gives us the bound attack, which basically bounces us off of the floor. It's useful in a couple of instances, but we require it to get into the next stage. So it's very, very useful to pick it up. So one thing about Soleanna is very, very bland in this game because, you know, Sonic 06. It's very, very hard to know where you're going. I've kind of just memorized where everything is in the city. Well, that was very good. And here's the next stage, which is a radical train. So Elise is on a train with bombs everywhere, and we have to like try and chase the train and save her.
Shouldn't you save the train before chasing after me?
And gonna get to the grind rail.
I've got to get ahead and help.
And I'm gonna try and okay. Get homed in on the rail, which is fine. So there's a button here. I didn't mean to home attack the enemy. Right, so in ILs of this stage, you can clip through all these doors and just hit the checkpoint and take a death. When you take a death, the game assumes that like the the switch has been hit and the bombs have been destroyed. Obviously, in a full game run, we wouldn't do that because we don't want to waste our lives. And it's oh, okay, lovely. Thank you there, Sonic, for not doing what I wanted you to do. That's fine. I'll try that again. So I'm trying to homing attack onto an enemy that's just off screen a little bit there.
I better hurry up and cross this scale.
So hopefully I'll get it this time.
Conveyor change direction.
There we go, I got it that time. And then
Hurry.
go over here. I'm going to hit the next switch here. So I basically just cut a corner there by doing that. So the next switch is actually in... Oh, God. Don't know why they decided to fall off there. The next switch is there. Which opens this door. And then we go do some jumping off them walls. Pick that. Pick that. Spin dash. Alright, so I'm going to try and clip through the last door because there's enough time between the train getting there and you for you to actually have enough time to end the segment. So I'm going to jump over here. Hopefully I'll get this. I'll try it once or twice and then I'll just kill the enemy.
Protecting that cage for some reason.
There you go, I got the clip. And then that just ends the segment. Because the speed pads are right there, it's faster to do that because the trainer has really no chance catching up to you. So this is the Mark Speed section for Radical Train. It's kind of one of the more annoying ones. I'm not the hugest fan of this one. This one's kind of silly. I'm going to go for a big boy jump here. I'm going to try and hit this speed pad. Oh, I got it. So when you jump, when you're in Mach speed, you can't actually control your trajectory once you're in the air. Oh, skip the speed boosters there. So I skipped the speed boosters there to try and maintain as much momentum as I can. So now I'm just going to light speed dash while following the train. Hopefully I don't get hit by stuff. I got hit by stuff, it's fine. Oh, great. I'm actually going to nab the 1-up here just for safety. Usually you can just run straight next to the train and end the stage, but I'm grabbing the 1-up for safety. Right, cool, so that was Radical Train. So after this we have we have a boss fight with Egg Gen... I can't remember his name. Egg Genesis, there we go. I couldn't even say it then, goddamn. Alright, so I'm going to try and do a strat... Is it Egg Genesis? I'm pretty sure it's Egg Genesis next. Yeah, it is. I'm going to try and do a strat called Rock Launch. Which is a really, really, really precise trick. I'm going to give it one attempt, and then if I don't get it, it's not worth it to keep resetting it over and over and over. So many cutscenes, please stop. There we go, yeah. Egg Genesis. Alright, so what I have to do for rock launch is I have to get on a rock and then walk up to the right at a very, very specific speed. And spin kick. So, oh god. I'm gonna just... I can't do it now. I messed up my footing there. It's very, very easy to mess up your footing there. So what getting the rock launch would mean is you fly on the rock and you go up to the top of the robot. And you can basically skip doing one of these phases where you get flung back by doing 2 hits of damage to him, getting hit by a rocket after doing the 3rd hit, which brings you back down to the ground, allowing you to do 3 more hits, essentially skipping an entire phase. But because I didn't get it, I'm just going to have to like fight the boss normally. That's fine. This is about a 23-second time loss or something. So hopefully this is goes fine. Might be more close to 30 or something, but you know, it's fine. So he has different attacks it'll go for. Usually you're meant to like go up the arm and attack the head, but you can just attack the spot on underneath him and it's perfectly fine. Cool. So this is the last phase. He'll shoot 3 lasers out of the pimple now. Oh, sorry, 5, not 3. Cool. So that's the last hit. Now I just need to wait for him now because he does a thing where he crashes at us. But you know, I don't need to press anything here, so I'm just gonna wait for him to do whatever he feels like doing. So yeah, I take the damage, but my iframes last for so long that the boss dies before he even gets a chance to kill me. Hopefully this skipped the S rank. Yes, it did.
Too easy.
So saved a bit of time over rock launch there by skipping the S rank. Hell yeah. But it's still lost of obviously all the time from not getting it, but it's fine. Alright, so now that we're done with that stage, we now do another stage where we carry Elise, which is Tropical Jungle. So we get the shield again, but in this stage, instead of walking over sand, we instead walk over water. So again, Sonic can just walk over the death plane in this game, because as you saw in Wave Ocean right at the start of this run, yeah, you touch your toes in water and you just die. So yeah, I can now walk over water because you know that makes everything easier. Cool. So as this is a stage where we're carrying Elise, the shield comes in handy a bit later, but there's a bunch of stuff that we can do in this stage actually. So at the start here, we get launched up towards a big tree. There's an entire segment of moving down the tree, but we can just hold back and then hit the speed pad right at the bottom of the tree, skipping the whole thing. I've got to avoid the boxes. Okay, cool. Oh, luckily I caught myself there. So these are the vines. So the game's just told us that if you press the button while the bud is glowing, you get a nice big jump. And that's not the case for all of them. They've all got their own kind of timing. So sometimes it's right before the bulb glows. Sometimes it's after a second of the bulb glowing. Sometimes it's just whenever it feels like it. So, you know, it's something that you just got to learn in this game. So I held up left slightly during that corner there, because if you don't, you just bonk into the wall. Just lose some time. I'm gonna jump off that one. 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool. So there's one more I've got to do, and then I'm past all this. Oh, sorry, 2 more. 1, 2. There you go. So I'm past all the vines. The vines are actually a very big death point in this game because if you forget and mistime it, then yeah, you lose quite a bit of time. I'm going to try land on the one up here because that kind of shows I'm arm in the right position. So I'm holding anti-grav right now because in this tree here, I'm going to clip about here, and there's a giant death plane to my right that I just kind of wiggled around there, and I fall down here. If you take the entire loop there, the loop there is really, really slow because you just have no speed while going through it, so you lose a lot of time. So you're just kind of bypassing the entire thing by clipping out and dropping down is way faster. Alright, cool. So this is the part where we walk on water the most. The game likes to lag in this section, so we're going to be GoldenEye for like 30 seconds and just kind of hold the camera down. I'll jitter up a couple times just to make sure I'm going in the general right direction, because sometimes I do forget. It's over here. Avoid these guys. And go around here. That's fine. I'm at the end now. So I take damage from these guys. Kill him. If you kill the red guy, the rest of them die. There's a lot of fights in that, like that in this game. So if you kill one enemy, usually a lot of them die. Oh, and you can use the shield in the results screen. I forgot to do that in Dusty Desert, but you can lovely mash the shield during the results screen. Alright, cool. So now we get to go do Wave Ocean as Tails, because you know Elise gets kidnapped again, and yeah, we get to repeat most of Wave Ocean again, but with Tails. So we get to do more Tails flying. Head for the Wave Ocean.
This is terrible. Princess Elise went to see Eggman by herself. Tails, please help her.
So you meant to take all the speed pads here, but you can kind of just like bypass all of it by just cutting the corner. And if you get lucky, yep, cool. And if you get lucky, you kind of hit the ring at the same time. Sometimes you drop before it and sometimes you don't. It's just one of those things that happens. Cool, so Wave Ocean with Tails. So most of the silly stuff with Tails happens like towards the end of this stage. So the first bit of the stage is kind of we play a bit normally, and then just kind of use flight here and there to save a little bit of time. So after you go over here, you're meant to go around and up, but you can just kind of come up here and then bypass all that by going this way. There's enemies there; they're invisible. Jump off and fly. I'm going to try land on the rail. Oh, I land on the rail. Fly out the rail because it's slightly faster. Jump over here, fly. So I'm going to go left way around the around here to try and get. Oh, I got cabbed. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I was trying to get up to here. Oh, hey, lovely. So I'll fly over here. So sometimes the camera likes to like screw you here, and if you're holding up like the camera did to me there, if you're holding up, Tails will just turn around and start like going back up in the wrong direction. The camera doesn't always do that, but it does that sometimes. So here's some speed pads. These are also broken as well, so by just holding A out, I get a bunch of speed. So I get to do Wave Ocean skip with Tails again. But I get to go from a higher location this time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we land about here. And then here's the end of the stage. So that's Wave Ocean with Tails.
Well, not bad.
Alright, cool. So now we get into what are called the gems in this game. So Sonic's like unique abilities that he gets in this game come from the gems. In this run, I will grab the red, blue, and green gem. The red gem slows down time, which helps be a bit safer in a mission later. The green gem is useful in case some clips in a later stage go awry. And the blue gem is useful because it gives you a speed boost. We don't use the blue gem as much because it's really hard to control. But yeah, they're kind of broken because with Sonic, he has an energy bar in the bottom right-hand corner, but it just doesn't deplete in this game. And I've heard some debate recently over whether it's a misspelling in the code or a curly bracket. So, you know, take of that what you will. Hey. Right, so there's a dude here that takes me to all the missions. But if you do anything other than walk up to him and talk to him, he will dive to the side and just lose you 7 seconds for free. While he kind of does some barrel rolls to the side before getting up really, really slowly. Right, so these are the Trials of Soleanna. The Trials of Soleanna are kind of annoying. I say annoying. The second one's really annoying. The other two are really fine. So here's a test of intelligence. We're going to beat the test of intelligence by ignoring what the test of intelligence has asked us to do. So this is meant to be a memory puzzle where you go through portals and memorize which portals take you where. We're just going to ignore that completely because the entire area is open to us. We can just go to where the final portal takes us and go to the end from there. So the final portal is there. We just jump up here. If I can stop. And 1, 2, 3. And here is the end of the stage. Cool. So we bypass the system intelligence by outsmarting the developers there. And then, of course, Sonic 06, it loads for the victory screen. Right, so the next trial is actually the scary one. So the next trial that we have to do is the Trial of Courage, or the Test of Courage is called, which is basically an enemy gauntlet where we have 0 rings. So one mistake or one thing going bad and we die. And what dying in a mission does is you lose the time that you were in the mission. So I could be like 40 seconds into the mission and just die. But then also you lose the time of going through a loading screen for the guy to tell you failed the mission, which then triggers another loading screen. So then you have to talk to him again, which triggers a loading screen for him to tell you to redo the mission, which triggers a loading screen. So you lose like a minute and a half in just loads alone, just trying to get back into the mission, and then you lose however much time you were in the mission, which could be right at the end or right at the start, depending on where you died. So, kill those guys. So I backed off a bit there because those enemies leave behind a electrical thing that can easily kill you. Cool. So that's that enemy wave killed. There's one enemy there. There's 4 that spawn here. Right, so there's a robot that spawns here with a bunch of drones. I'm just gonna not die to this guy by just destroying all the drones. Right, so these blue guys here that spawn have homing missiles. So I hold the red gem so they can't kill me. And that one's easy. Cool. So that's the Test of Courage done. Hell yeah. I didn't die. Oh, that makes a change.
That was incredible.
Thank you there, Sonic. Right, so the last one is, in most people's opinion, the most important one of all, which is the Test of Love. And you have to pick between Elise and Amy, and I've always said that they're both the wrong decision, but I've got to pick one of them. Hey. Thank you, Mo. Right, so, yeah, so I'm going to just choose Amy because her portal's right in front of me, and I can't be asked to turn the camera to go try and get to Elise. And you finish this stage in about 2 to 3 seconds, usually. So I'm going to hold spin dash so I can start moving like instantly. Oh god. Get through the portal, please. Thank you. Hey. So that was 5 seconds because I missed the portal like an idiot, but you know. Alright, so what this does is this opens up the next stage, which is Kingdom Valley. Right, so this opens up the stage. Basically, all doing this does is prove that you're worthy to go up to the Kingdom Valley, and they summon an eagle to carry you up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold on to the eagle, and he's going to carry me up. Cool, so spams himself. One really, really dumb thing is that our boy Tails is just kind of chilling up here waiting for us. So this entire time while we're mucking about doing the trials, he could have just been like, yo, I can carry you up, bro. And because the in Silver's story, you can actually skip the trials completely because the ring is active, and Silver can kind of hover up a wall doing some stupidly tight tricks and kind of go from wall to wall just to get up there to get enough height.
Silver, we don't have time.
Okay.
Let's get to Elise right away.
Oh, really? I jittered to the left at the last second there for no reason.
We don't have time. Let's get to Elise right away.
So I'm holding forward here to try and maintain height. Homing attack, cool. So I homing attack there without holding a direction, just to try and make sure that I get enough distance from it. Cool, there's anything there. I'm not gonna try homing attacking the dude. I'm gonna go over here, homing attack that.
Yes.
So this is Kingdom Valley. This is like one of the really this is the second to last stage in this run, and it's really quite hard. Cool. So there's another checkpoint. I'm going to start using blue gem and blue gem up the wall. So it gives me a burst of speed, which is really nice. It helps with a lot of these. But we don't spam it because it takes away control from Sonic, like really badly. So we try not to rely on it because spin dash is. Oh, lovely. I missed the homing attack thing. I'm going to have to die because I'm right down the other end. We don't hit any of the enemies here, that's fine. That was really dumb with me as well. Going around that. Cool. I'll homing attack it this time to make sure I hit it. Cool, so that's cool. So you can actually skip this eagle, but it involves basically a YOLO jump from the ledge behind the wall there to hit the loading zone. Because the loading zone isn't up that high, it's kind of just a big wall. You just have to make it to it. Right, so after this loading screen, give me a second just to pay attention, so I don't die again. Cool, so you're meant to play a silver in this section, but I don't want to do that. So I'm just gonna go around the side, climbing the wall. Oh, lovely, that's fine, don't worry about it. Thanks there, robot. I kill you for that. That's fine. I just need to get over here. Why did you homing attack onto the side? This is legitimately like the dumbest speedrun of Sonic 06 I've done in a long time. Cool, I made it up there this time. Over here. Collect a couple of rings. That's what you meant to do, not what I did last time. Click this. So there is a loading trigger for Sonic around here. There you go, there's Sonic. So if you look back, there's kind of a Sonic floating in the background there because you switch from Sonic to Sonic, but it's kind of hard to see really quickly. Alright, so that's that section. So the third section of Kingdom Valley here actually has 3 clips that you can do. They're all really silly and very camera dependent. So hopefully I can get them because they are kind of hard to get sometimes. The last one is really dumb. I'll go for it twice and then kill the enemies that are in the way of the door. So these ones here I'll go for a couple times, then I'll kill the enemies.
Those enemies seem to be protecting that door for some reason. Looks like I've got to defeat them first.
Cool, I got that one. So you stand at the right position by the door and you spin dash, and the spin dash's momentum takes you through. Cool. And around this guy.
Let's try going up.
So I'm going to attack this enemy because it makes doing the ring dash a bit easier. Oh, okay, no, it doesn't apparently. So once you've done that, there's actually a bunch of robots that spawn here, which make it a bit easy to get by. Which is kind of nice. The game kind of throws you a bone with that one, but you know. There's 3 speed pads here that I'm going to hit. There's a chain of enemies here. Then I go into the second clip of this stage. there's an auto jump section here. And there's one more door clip before the final bit of this, before we get to the max speed. Cool, I got that one. So this next bit of the stage is really dumb. Oh god. So cool, I actually got that. Usually that ring dash fails me for no real reason. And then I hit the enemy like an even dumber person. It's fine. It's fine, just gonna homing attack around.
Yes.
Cool. So after this bit of grinding, there is a another clip I'm going to go for. It's kind of silly because there is a bush in the way, so you can't really see your lineup. So I'm going to go for it twice from whatever lineup from whatever lineup I get from my jump, and if I don't get it, I'll kill the enemies that are in the way. Okay, I'm not getting it, so it's faster just to kill these enemies now than try and realign myself. Cool, so the enemy's dead now. Right, so now we get to go into the max speed of this of this level. Alright, so this one it's kind of in a weird location. We're in a collapsing waterfall bit, but the waterfall's going up. Oh, there's a rainbow as well at the top. It's pretty good. Yeah, so the waterfall's going perpendicular to us. Try and dodge these buildings. Oh, that was really, really good. Let's go one up. It's fine. Just making sure I don't die here. Another rainbow. Jump there. Right, so this is the end of this stage now. Yes. No, you can go now. It's fine.
Captain N donated $5. Okay, one last woo from me. It's so cool to see this game being beaten in a tune that is shorter than Sega's whole testing phase.
Cool, so that's Kingdom Valley. That's kind of it's a really, really hard stage. That time is kind of bad, but you know.
Just ate it.
Whatever. This run's been a magical experience for me. Right, so there's 2 more bits of this game. Well, 3 more bits. There is a bit in Soleanna where I've got to do some movement. There is a level, and then there's a boss. So we should be done in a few minutes. It's just skipping a bunch of cutscenes. Cool. So this segment here, I need to open up the way to Eggman's secret base, the aquatic base. The way I need to do that is I need to hit 3 bells around Soleanna. So this segment here, I'm actually going to make use of the blue gem in some of it to try and speed it up. So you get to see more of the blue. Well, I haven't used the blue gem yet, but so we get to see the blue gem now in a bit more. Cool. So that's blue gem. I'm gonna hit this bell, and then I'm gonna blue gem a bit more. So the reason why I'm blue gemming slightly and then waiting rather than spamming it is because because A, that, and B, pedestrians are kind of walking around randomly. And you can run into them and just bonk and lose even more time. So, right, so here I'm buying the most broken gem that we're going to buy in this run. Where are you? So this is the sky gem. It's basically a grappling hook, so I'm going to... Oh, God. That was really weird. Get up there, please. So I'm going to throw it over here. Homing attack that. Homing attack the bell. Okay, that went about as well as it could have done. I'm gonna throw this down here, and this will just fling me to where it landed, which is right here. Oh God, so that opened up the way. So yeah, so this is the last stage. The aquatic base. So the aquatic base makes use of basically the blue gem and the sky gem more. The sky gem is used to go into a different characters, or to 2 different characters version parts of this stage in either their story or other stories.
Let's hurry.
So I'm going to spin kick. So spin kick has iframes, as I said before. And use it just to go through lasers and somehow bonk on a part of the wall that I didn't know you could bonk on. To get the stumble animation for some reason. Usually when you spin dash off there, you're fine. Alright, so I spin dash there before going on to the speed pad because you actually get a slightly bigger speed boost by doing that. One, 2, 3.
Yes.
So now we're going to make use of the sky gem. I'm going to go over to this corner here.
This mysterious ball.
I'm going to jump and throw the sky gem, and I get put out of bounds here. I'm going to throw it over here. And then this flings me into Shadow's part of this stage. Or, yeah, the beginning of Shadow's part of this stage. And then I'm going to go through here. And this puts me into Tails' part of the stage, or a different part of Shadow's part. And then this puts me back to where I should be. And there's the end of the part of the stage. So, cool. I'm going to spin dash at the start of the next bit here and switch to the blue gem for a bit to try and speed boost when I can. Okay, lovely, thanks. Oh, then I bonked. Lovely game, thank you. Right, so there's a bunch of enemies here. 1, 2, 3. Switch to sky gem. Throw it down there. Homing attack. Oh, okay. Okay, apparently the sky gem missed the platform. Okay, I won't homing attack this time. I will just throw the sky gem and wait. Oh, okay. Thanks, Sonic, for... Okay, that's what's meant to happen. Okay, making sure it's...
Area shutdown system activated.
Okay, I bonked there, but it's fine. I got through the area. So that bit there, there's actually a bunch of doors that close in on you. So I'm going to bounce on that. I get to play as Knuckles now. Cool, so go over here. Cool, so we're nearly done as Knuckles.
Thanks. All right, let's roll.
I'm going to bounce brace it a few times here to make sure I get over the bar. The bar's kind of the most annoying part of that. Because if you hit the bar, you lose all your speed. Get hit by the enemy, then bounce off them to do that. Cool, so this is the last bit of the stage. There's a bunch of doors that will close on us now. I'm going to try and not bonk. That's fine, that's fine. I'll take the bonk at the very end. Cool, I get hit by the enemy there deliberately to avoid the S rank. Go around those guys. Homing attack over here. Homing attack above those guys so they don't hit me again. Oh, they missed the speed pad somehow. Cool. That's the end of that stage. Oh, cool. So we're coming up on the last boss of Sonic story here.
No problem.
So time will be coming up at the end of the next boss fight, and I will call it when that occurs.
Thrust.
Oh, thrust increasing apparently. Perfect voice line there from the computer. Alright, so this is Egg Wyvern. There's a few ways that you can do this. I'm going to try and do this the, quote-unquote, the medium fast way, because it's one of the easiest strats. Alright, sorry, I'm looking at the timer here for a second. And time. Oh, yo, not 10 minutes over estimate, dude. Easy. One thing I did forget to explain is what MSG actually is. MSG is the credits warp in this game. This category is just beating the game without doing the credits warp. So yeah, what happens there is you throw the Sky Gem before attacking Eggman, and then because the Sky Gem flings you back, he's in a state where he just keeps going until he collides with something. And he just collides with the death plane and just dies is what I think happens. So yeah, because I'm 10 minutes over, if you want to cut me off, that's perfectly fine. This is probably the worst run of 06 I've ever done, so I can take solace in that. Thanks for having me.